Yo, welcome back to another Dog Logs video. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Today I'm going to be teaching you Nagashiro. This is going to be going on to my series of I teach clanner leaders how to play bases and how to lead them. So, guys, Nagashiro, how do you play it? Well, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. Okay, since I only do raiding, guys, since I don't want to help the clans that you're raiding against, obviously that would be really bad. So I'm just gonna official this match, guys, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you win on Nagashiro. Okay, first of all, guys, the main idea of Nagashiro is to hold the objective in the chain. When you're starting a match, you should be emphasizing with this team. Off the bat, you can send 2 people to play in the back who are really good that you can beam on top. But other than that, everybody else should be in the first room, and they should be piling onto this chair, and they should be just sitting on it. Everybody should be around this chair. You can hold it like this anyway. And then they'll be jumping from up through this vent. So the guys in the back will be shooting them up here. Make sure they don't die. And they're all going to drop into this vent. This is the only way they can get in, and then they can beam in. They can also go through the vents and the other doors like this, but they don't usually do that. They love full teaming this room, okay? And they're just gonna beam you, and you just have to shoot them before they kill everybody on the chair. That's about it. This phase is really easy. So you hold it, and then you're gonna get to the next phase, which is this. This is all P1. So you're gonna spawn right about here, and you're gonna tell your entire team to jump out. And they're just going to go under the balcony. And you're going to send one person to get cap. And everybody else is just going to sit under balcony. There's going to be guys on the train behind you shooting. And they're going to be holding this balcony and shooting. My personal belief is you should send 2 people over here. So have 2 people assigned to over here to shoot for you on a crossfire. And they can beam on top of this balcony. And then everybody else should just be playing under it and waiting. They're going to have a couple of people right here, but don't worry, you should just be shooting back at them while you're running up here. So you just get the cap and then you hold under balcony. If you lose people on balcony, they just reinforce immediately. It's a really quick reinforcement. This phase is really easy. There shouldn't be too many issues. Let me see if I can no clip. No, I can't. Okay, so that's this phase, and then. Oh, wait, yeah, I can get out. Okay. I'm just gonna fly to the other phase. Alright. Then there's this phase. This phase is very interesting, guys. So, this is the easiest one for raiders because you can just full cap the turn, basically. Like, if you want a strategy to throw them off guard, just full team this turn first push. And heal on it, and if you get it, it's basically impossible for them to get it back. You just have to get turn once. You're gonna have your team set up on this side over here. Some of them can go over there, but it's not recommended. If they're holding that corner, you can do that. And then you're just gonna stack on this canister once you have enough, and they're just gonna keep stacking and then get picks on the balcony. But that's about it. This point's really easy, yo. You just play under the balcony, just like you did last time, and you can also stack the canister to get picks. Get term once, and you'll basically have it. The pathing for getting out of term here is just hugging the wall right here, and then just jumping up. That's the angle. Yeah, this phase is really easy. And then we have the final phase. This is the phase that actually requires a brain on Nagashiro. Everything else on that thing, you're just yapping basically, but this is where it gets fun. So, first I need to get inside. Okay. You're going to spawn about here. You're going to tell your team there's going to be a little gap between the train. You're going to jump in here. You're going to tell them to hold this down. They're going to jump up here. And then you're just going to hug this wall all the way around. So you hug it, you go all the way around. And you take this. And then you just stack up on here. And you'll push this up with your entire team. They're going to be holding this through this door. So you just need to push up with your entire team and shoot back. This is main balcony. This is where they're going to be shooting your off spawns. Do not push that yet. You're going to have your balcony team to come over here, and they're going to be shooting down, and then your off spawns are going to go, your off spawns are just going to go the normal way. So off spawns are going to go walk up the stairs here and go through here. And they're just going to heal down. Once you get this, you're going to have somebody going, you're going to have them get on turn, and they're just going to hold this. They're just going to hold this wall and shoot for turn. And basically, once you get enough people here, it's impossible for them to recap. They're going to be sending, the entire point of this hold is just to get your entire team over here. You can also send, do not send anybody their balcony. It's really troll. It's just a waste of time. Just have your entire team play over here. You can send somebody to open gate, and then they can reinforce easier, I guess. It's not really. You're basically just going to use it to get picks if you open this. They're going to run through and then beam defender balk. But the thing is, when you're healing up on the first push over here, they're going to have their entire team beaming you from this balk and this balk. So this is defender balcony, this is main balcony. So you're going to have your team up here. You're going to have them push out to main balcony. And they're going to fight this while you guys are pushing down there. So then there's nobody shooting, okay? So then you, like, cut off main balcony from shooting you because they're fighting this. And then everybody else just runs down. And you can get a nice hold. And then they should just keep reinforcing this side and you'll win. Simple as that. Easiest win of your life. How they reinforce is their spawn. Let me team myself Imperial Armada so you can get a little glimpse. Okay. So they spawn... Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, so they're gonna spawn. Let me get all the way over there. They're gonna spawn in this little door, right? And they are able to get to defender balcony and main balcony really quickly. So you're not gonna hold main balcony usually, unless they're really bad. So get over here. Okay. Imperial Armada spawn. I can't really remember where they spawn, to be honest, but I think they spawn like right here. They spawn like right here, basically. They're basically right next to the turn, somewhere or maybe down here. I'm not too sure. So they can flank you. They can beam your team from here, but it's unlikely. It doesn't really matter if they do that. It's kind of just troll. And then they can also go into this door or through the ladder. And they can just walk into this room, and that's how they're going to mostly be doing stuff. They're going to be full team healing to turn like this. Or what they also can do is they can go main balk, and they can just heal across to your raider balcony, and they're just going to slam. 3, 2, 1, slam, slam, and they're going to be pushing this and beaming. You need to call this as a leader, and you need to be shooting the slam on raider balk. And you also need to be looking for them to push this. So. All spawns, if they're holding raider balcony, they should just be playing bottom. They're going to be dropping, and they're going to be pushing inside. They're going to be dropping and then jumping inside to kill your team. Tell your team who's in here they need to be out in the open for a crossfire, so your team can shoot. So, simple as that. Just make sure your team is alive and well. And that's basically how you play Nagashiro, guys. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe and comment frog if you made it all the way to the end. Peace.